Bless up, my good peoples. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, you know how we do it around here. We trying to invoke and have it be that resilience is the motto in which we go about living by. Because one thing about life, we all will come to realize and see that we all will get knocked down at some point in time in our life. But the key that one must hold on to is that despite how many times you've been knocked down, despite how many times you've been counted out, despite how many times others have gone about giving up on you, it's for you not to go about giving up on yourself. It's for you to go about getting up, dusting yourself off, and telling yourself that everything is going to be okay. Despite how things may be looking diminished, things might be looking gloomy, things might be looking despair. Know that you have to put in the work in order for you to go about succeeding. The days of mommy and daddy coming to save the day is over. It's your turn. What are you gonna do? Every lesson comes to see and show what we have within us if we go about allowing it. But just because we go about looking at life in a way that others do not find fitting or understanding your drive and your motivation, be okay with that. The whole part of this journey is to go about embracing self. And in embracing self, I would like to put this golden nugget in there. And in that, nobody's coming to save you. The only person that can save you is you. When you take that onus, when you take that first step in acknowledging where you're at in your journey, that's when things will go about changing. So, I need for you to go about ridding yourself of this mentality that somebody else could go about doing it for you. Because what you're looking for others to go about doing for you, you could go about doing it for yourself. And the ability in that, when we come to realize and see our true potential, it goes about setting us free. As we go forward in life, we will come to understand and know that the inception of any plans, dreams, ambition, aspiration starts within self. Don't let nobody rob you, rid you of what you have within you. Now, the reason I start off in this notion is that it comes to show many of us are being judged and held by an account in what we did yesterday. But not too many of us go about seeing that the transitionary phase, and in that when people address you in a certain manner, they are not ready to go about seeing that change that you have gone about making. And just because they are not ready to see that change, do not become dismayed, do not become disturbed and believing and telling yourself that this is a waste of time, because you do not change for others. you change for yourself. And with change, it goes about bringing a certain level of accountability. Because if we are not accountable to ourselves for the actions that we go about taking, we're just following a cyclical cycle, which will go about leading us right back to the change that we try to go about implementing to go move forward in life. You see, one of the biggest cons that I've noticed is that if you have people believe that they cannot do it for themselves, they become dependent. And then the dependent person will always keep coming back because they do not trust what resides within. Now, we're in a dependent state, and in that, we're dependent upon everything outside of ourselves. But why do you think that is? Why do you think that we have gone about coming to embrace a state in which everybody else knows best rather than ourselves? It's only to go about misleading you and confusing you and having you believe that it's best to go about consulting others. I'm not saying that consultation is wrong. But like what I said, at the end of the day, the decision has to be yours in which way this progression is made. But if we do not go about embracing that notion of, I'm going to give it a shot, despite how it turns